I'm Juergen Schneider. I've been working for IBM the last 6 years in development. So it's a kind of a boring vita, right? So just doing development. But just recently, I was working in IBM to build cloud management solutions. I'm located in Böbling in Germany. So if there is a possibility, I can switch to German and you translate to English and then to Arabic. That might be an option. Just kidding. And in my recent role, I'm now more and more working for IBM globally to get customers cloud enablement and running cloud deployments at customer side. So what I'm going to talk today is really the cloud computing as a general IT trend, and I think many things has been already talked about that one. There is no debate in the IT industry that cloud is real and cloud will mature and cloud will be the big changer here. I don't want to repeat that too much. On the other hand, there are some very specific aspects I would like to cover. And then I talk a little bit cloud computing in IBM, basically meaning IBM is building cloud, IBM is using cloud, and IBM is basically offering clouds. So IBM is betting the whole 9 yards of their business transformation into cloud. So, and HP does it, EMC does it. If the IT industry is able to do it, you as a user customer can also do it. So this is really something very significant. And then I talk a little bit about technology. Critical aspects of how can we drive technology like cloud enablement into the existing data centers, into hybrid environments, where we assume there is no greenfield. People are starting from somewhere and would like to basically get the benefit of cloud. So how are the models we drive here in order to make that successful? And a very critical part is what we call common cloud stack. And the, let's say, standardization around cloud and the kind of open source engagements we have recently in this area. This is very, very critical. And if something is new and hot, that is new and hot, right? And last but not least, if time allows, I'll a little bit talk about IBM solution in that space. So when you read this cloud definition, it's a technical one coming from the NIST, from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, basically saying there is an easy access to IT resources, being server, network storage, applications, without a significant management and without a significant service provider interaction. That's the official definition of cloud. My personal notion of cloud, here's a cloud. And all what the cloud does is making a separation between a service provider fulfillment and the service consumer. That's the definition of cloud. And now we have technology to make that all efficient, but at the end, really the separation that I'm as a consumer, I don't need to know exactly what's going on in the fulfillment. Or I'm as a guy who being responsible, I may not even know who are my customers in a public cloud environment. I maybe don't know, right? Why do I believe cloud is ready for use? 2 reasons. One is the whole industry is going that path. And second, the technology is mature. Because as I said, I'm working for cloud development now, I would say 5 years. And when we started with cloud, we said, we are not sure. But now the time is there, right? Technologies like virtualization, technologies like service orientation, virtualization, provisioning, all these technologies, they existed somewhere. All what cloud does today is bringing these pieces together in a mature and, let's say, good way that a customer can consume. Now, interesting, this might be a technology conversation. Now, interesting here is we have in IBM annual study where we talk about CEOs, CIOs about the trends in IT. And one question in that study is, what are the factors impacting your organization? What do you think is the most impacting thing in your organization, beside people's marketing factors, economic factors, regulatory concerns, and stuff like that? And the outcome was technology. And I really believe at the end, technology will drive change, as it did with internet, with mobile, with social. Technology which becomes mature will drive the change. So this is why I'm very confident. When you see in 2012, technology was #1. So a couple of words about cloud thinking, and then we go into more details. And with cloud thinking, I mean, what is in the DNA of a cloud guy, the cloud community, what they are thinking, what is important beside technology? One is really the whole discussion about virtualization, and I think we discussed that with one of the EMC HP folks already. Virtualization is the underpinning of cloud because it makes the fulfillment part of the cloud sufficient. So the whole discussion about workload-aware placement of stuff, where I put stuff there if I deploy a service. How do I basically manage all the capacities in a virtualized environment? With the notion of pooling, there was one comment this morning about pooling. That has already now been invented in the virtualization technology. There might be cloud cases where virtualization does not need to be in, but these are exceptions. Virtualization, these are all virtualization guys, right? People like VMware, EMC are driving that from that perspective. IBM is driving that the other way around. The next one is critical. The next two are critical. And sometimes this is painful. It's all about standardization. Standardization, I mean standardization in infrastructure, in application topologies, in middleware, and in business processes, right? If we are trying to basically standardize the service you would like to offer in a service catalog by a subset of potential technical possibilities, then you can automate. I think when I go to customers, the first debate is how many variants of operating system you have, how many variants of databases you have, why do you need to have 17 different platforms? Can we streamline that? And one example, when we talk about cloud being fast, in the deployment of a VM, one customer came up, it takes him 3 weeks to deploy an AIX system, Unix systems, right? 3 weeks. And then we ask why. Yeah, I have to go to a approval process. I need to ask my financial guy. I need then go to the storage person, and after that, after 3 people are running this process. And finally, you deploy your AIX in a virtualized environment. If you streamline the whole process, I think using standardization, you will be successful. And I think it's a painful thing. But at the end, it's standardization. Automation, I mentioned. At the end, we have a lot of cool automation technology in place, virtualization, application topology management, workflow management, infrastructure management, all cool technology we have in place. But without standardization, it goes nowhere. The next one are 2 additional important things, what we call life cycle management. And this is now really an emerging thing, what we call DevOps, meaning developer and operations people are coming together. If I'm a developer, I'm able to describe a cloud deployment as part of my coding. I can faster basically promote my development things into a production, pre-production, production environment. And if you look to the internet world, and I can make that example because it's public, Instagram, who knows Instagram? 10 people, 10 developers, plus a few operation folks managing Instagram from a development and operation perspective, meaning they are starting to have very agile kind of technologies, building very fast, let's say, builds and tests and pre-production in a week using cloud. That is what we call DevOps. And IBM has a set of capabilities that is important, what we call smart cloud continuous delivery, where we try to automate these things, right? Think about cloud as a test development thing, now more and more getting mature using this kind of technology. Cloud service platform, what we also see, and this is a whole discussion about collaboration mobile, that I'm as a customer would like to engage with my suppliers and my customers using all these social media, and I would like to advertise me on that one, an environment. There is a new industry growing, what we call system of interaction or system of engagement. The name has been changed, and you can Google it. Just Google system of engagement, you will see tons of information about this new industry. They are making an awful lot of money without not even touching a single server. IT enterprise business development folks making millions, billions of dollars, and they are just using the cloud as an infrastructure as a service and being agile, right? So I think I think it's also important, so a little bit technology trends, system of engagement and system of records. System of records, meaning standard transactional-based kind of technology we had in the mainframe and also which continue to exist where you have your bank accounts and all the good stuff. Data integrity fully supported. But you have also a good industry where you just engage or interact, which is a different philosophy. All right. What does it now mean for IBM? The story is very simple. We are investing an awful lot of money in three aspects. One is we are building a set of technology, what we call Smart Cloud Foundation, which enables customers to build the cloud. Probably most in the private cloud, but also in public and hybrid cloud environments. This is our core thinking. We also have cloud, we are also a cloud service provider. So you can basically subscribe to two IBM cloud offerings in the public world, what we call Smart Cloud Enterprise and Smart Cloud Enterprise Plus, where we basically are your hoster and cloud service provider. By the way, using exactly the technology we have, of course, we have used basically built in Smart Cloud, in the Smart Cloud Foundation arena. And then we are in the world of software and software development. We are more using the SaaS models, the software as a service models, to basically offer you analytics, big data, another e-commerce kind of technology on top of cloud as a software as a service deliverable using our own technology. And in the middle, you have services on all aspects. So come to us. I would like to build a private cloud. Here are the services. We can help doing so. Oh, seems to be a little bit okay. Here are the four major segments we are currently working on. And really quick because time is running out already. We typically start in engagement what we call cloud-enabled data center. These are the engagement where we introduce concepts of cloud computing in classical data centers with the focus of service orientation and automation. That is a main thing. And we have a lot of banks like HP and a lot of insurance company, they are betting their reduced cost of ownership reduction on that technology. Again, the main business driver on that environment is reduced cost. There's also the other world where we fast need to put new services in place in the system of engagement world, where we IBM provide a set of technologies. Think about cloud in a box. Right? Everything pre-integrated, available, you can use it. Right? This is typically in the PaaS space, in the platform as a service space, we'll have these kind of technology. We also basically are supporting software as a service, as I mentioned earlier. So if you would like to basically take the concept of a software as a service thing, we can help you to build that, or you can use our own technology in order to do so. And we have customers where we help customers to become a service provider, right? Using cloud technologies. As of sudden, with this cloud technology, service provider like telcos are starting to think, I'm already a service provider, can I augment the technologies? Well, this is really driving new business. And again, as said several times in the other sessions, two problems or challenges: reduce cost of ownership, but also be fast, right? Do more with less. Same story also in IBM, right? We need to face these kind of challenges. Really quick, standardization in all aspects. It's not that easy to deploy cloud. So what we did together with the general IT industry, but IBM driving, is to understand what is a typically set of deployment patterns. So if I go to a customer who would like to basically automate their data center, how can I start with cloud? Right? And then we basically try to document that. And that is available for you. So a kind of a best practices experience we have made, discussing that with other vendors and with customers, where we say, how would you like to start in a data center with cloud? And I think what we call these macro patterns. And you see simple things like, oh, I can use cloud technology to simply deploy a VM. Right? The Amazon notion. Maybe you start with that one. Fast, simple, but not really managed. If something goes down, restart a new one. And then you may start to say, I need a little bit management. What about patch management? What about health management and all this stuff? Then the next level might be, how can I federate clouds? How can I really make this service orientation on top? And then even more important for enterprises, how can I integrate the ITIL, IT processes, right? Where people and human processes must still be integrated in the service fulfillment. Not everything is fully automated. And here we have these patterns. We describe all the different, let's say, capabilities in these patterns. In interest of time, I skip that. And then finally, here we have a reference architecture where you can really read and understand how cloud works in a full enterprise. Again, standards are important. You see here a chart about all the standard activities ongoing in cloud where IBM and HP and EMC are contributing. Right? Starting from a reference architecture conversation on the top to important things like OpenStack. And I have one chart on OpenStack because it's so critical to understand that shift to OpenStack. How do I model images with metadata to describe the content of images? How do I model topologies where a service deployment is not just one single image, but a couple of images, even heterogeneous? All these kind of things, important aspects in cloud are open and generally standardized. So there is no IBM cloud. There is a cloud industry where IBM puts additional value on top, where IBM believes there is additional value for IBM. Right? The debate about if we have OpenStack, what else do I do on top of OpenStack? Same conversation at HP. Again, OpenStack is critical. You see here on the side, you see how fast OpenStack were growing from April 2012 to January 2013, right? They basically grew from 2,600 to 5,600 people in a year. Cool. That's going to happen. A little bit more technology. I think when you talk about cloud management, what is critical? 3 areas are critical. You can see it on the bottom of the chart. On the left-hand side, you see a debate about virtualization, resource orchestration. At the end, I need the resources: servers, network storage, software-defined network storage, virtualized, pooled, and all this stuff. This is a physical view of the world. And we need a lot of, let's say, invention there as well. That's number 1. Number 2, workload orchestration, and that's critical. You have a multi-tiered application. A database, application server, a web server, load balancer, firewalls, storage. At the end, you have a topology. It's not one single thing, it's a topology. And for that, you need to have an automation which drives a topology as a notion. This is why we talk about workload pattern and topology management, right? I would like to deploy an SAP system, not a single VM, right? And then finally, on the right-hand side is the whole integration into a service. The whole integration into network, monitoring, asset management, change management, all that stuff is not going to disappear. But it's now integrated and orchestrated in the context of a service. And that makes a change, right? So 2 weeks ago, we announced a new product. It's called Smart Cloud Orchestrator, who supports a full-fledged premium flagship kind of a management platform for cloud on enterprises. A new big thing. And you see here a layering, a little bit technology. On the bottom, you see the virtualization. And you also see that in IBM, we also talk about power and System Z mainframe as part of the cloud, not just Intel. You see in the middle what we call OpenStack, pooling management based on OpenStack technology. Then you see two parts. One is what we call image management. In cloud, this notion of images, basically meaning a package which I can boot instead of having a full installation. To speed up deployment, there is a whole mess of image management proliferation coming out where I need to have an image management tool which allows me to catalog, to store, to secure all these things on an image level. So we have a full-fledged image management capability there. Multi-tiered application topologies, what we call in IBM also the IWD pattern engine. And on top, we have an orchestration technology using the BPN technology for our in-house BPN technology, internally called Lombardi. And that beast drives orchestration on a workflow level. All that together is a new product. And this is now really the flagship in IBM in order to support managed private clouds. Now bringing that together really quick. So we see three things. One is we see virtualization, what we call smart cloud entry technology. It's an entry level, it's virtualized. Then we talk about technology which automates the provisioning of a service. And then we have technology which allows you to orchestrate. And you see here the three layers: entry, provisioning, and smart cloud orchestrator. You can buy all these products independently, the way you would like to start, right? And then grow. And you can run this software, the yellow boxes, on the top of any kind of hardware. However, to speed up agility, IBM is also supporting this notion of cloud in the box. And more putting these kind of software as a pre-integrated set of services into the box. So you can buy, for example, on the right-hand side, a full cloud in the box where you simply can deploy a WebSphere DB2 Oracle environment with one click. Or pre-configured and set. What we call the IBM PureFlex application server. And in the middle, we have the IBM PureFlex technology. What is important is same technology. This is what we call common cloud stack, right? One is available as a software package. The other one you can basically buy as a part of a pre-integrated system. Smart cloud services. Two offerings. With services, I mean you can already subscribe to cloud service IBM is hosting for you. And we have two services. One is called Smart Cloud Enterprise. The other one is called Smart Cloud Enterprise Plus. The difference is Plus has more capability, is more a full-fledged ITIL-based HADR-able full environment for enterprises. And the other one is more a test development, Amazon-like model. And again, it takes you maybe 5 minutes, you can already use it. And finally, smart cloud solutions. Based on this technology, we are offering a lot of, let's say, technologies around e-commerce as a software, as a service package. You just go in and use it. It's hosted by us, even the software. Smarter cities, you can host it. So if you have, you don't need to put that on your own premise. Analytics, as well as smart cloud, social business, all these important new demanding software stacks are also supported as a service in IBM hosted environments. So that's basically what I have. Just finally, I'm not sure whether the charts are distributed. Here you see a lot of things in the internet. You can just get started. Understand OpenStack, understand these standardization, look to IBM, what they have, look to a smart cloud orchestrator. It's all available, at least readable, and you can educate yourself. You can just start today using these links. And by the way, on the right-hand side, you see my email ID. So if any questions comes up or any debates, please send me a note, and I try to help here. On time, on time. All right, so that's the IBM story around cloud. Again, appreciate your time, and I was happy to be here and looking forward for future opportunities. Thank you.